Hello everyone, and welcome to my base Vegeta corner loop tutorial. I saw somebody else do this. I can't remember their name right now, so I'm going to be putting a picture of their channel up screen as well as a link to their channel in the description. So just keep that in mind. I didn't make this combo, I just saw it, I thought it looked nice, I learned it, and here I am making a breakdown of it. But some other information you might need to know before we get started is if you do this combo right, you'll get around 3 bars a meter. Damage is probably pretty good, it's around 60%. Probably one of his most damaging combo options in the corner. And difficulty on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4. Timing isn't very prevalent in this combo. You can kind of take your time with it, but if you want, you could also go pretty quickly with it. It just depends on how you want to execute the combo, really. So experiment with it, see what you want to do with it, and yeah, let's get into the breakdown. If you want to just practice the actual rep itself without any confirming the sparking, a little something you can do is if you go into your training settings and go to your sparking blast level and change that to permanent, which is what I'll be using through this tutorial. But I promise, even if you don't have permanent, this combo will still work. I just think practicing with permanent makes it a little bit easier. So if you want to practice just the reps, you could also just do this so you don't have to constantly reset. Anyway, back to the video. So to actually start off the loops, first thing you need to do is confirm into Spark. For this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the easiest way, probably. And if you do it this way, you'll get 2 reps. You could also start it off with just a raw 236M and then spark, but if you do it that way, you will only get 1 rep. So keep that in mind. Some other options may get you less reps, but if you do it this way, it will give you 2 guaranteed. So for this starter, you're going to do 5H, 236L, and then you're going to spark. Pretty straightforward stuff. So once you spark, try and get your opponent as close to the ground as you possibly can, because if you get them a little bit too high, your second 5H in this combo will miss. Or not second, technically it'd be your third, but yeah, if you keep him a little too high, your third 5H, aka the one in the second rep, it will whiff. So try and get them as close to the ground as you can. It'll make landing this combo a lot easier, so keep that in mind. So once you have your opponent as close to the ground as possible, you're going to 2M 5H, and then you're going to jump away from your opponent. And then at the same time, you're going to press LS, then you're going to dash forward, LS again. And once you land, you're going to do 5L into 5H. So once you finish your first rep, you're going to do the exact same thing. Nothing really changes except the end. So once you finish your last rep, you're going to jump forward. Not super jump, just a regular jump forward. And you're going to do LL 2H, jump cancel that into another LL 2H. And as soon as the 2H comes out, you're going to level 1. And once you do that, you finish the combo. So if you put everything together, it should look like this. So let's go over some common mistakes, or some at least that I encountered when I was learning it. So the first thing that I had trouble with was as soon as I did my 5H and I jumped away from my opponent, when I did LS and I dashed forward and I inputted another LS, my L wouldn't come out and I would do S. So the main reason that happens is because you're inputting it too fast. Slow it down just a little bit. Just relax. Don't mash it out. It will come out if you just be patient. That is all there is to it. It's just patience. The second thing that I had trouble with was landing my 5L after I landed. Same thing pretty much applies. Don't input it too fast. As soon as he touches the ground, that's when you input it. Do not mash. Again, it's patience. Relax. Slow down. You'll get it. The third thing I had was when I was doing my 5H's, I couldn't connect my second rep after the air dash. My S would sometimes whiff, and if the S didn't whiff, I would whiff my 5H at the very end. Main reason is because during your first rep, you waited too long after doing your 5H. So you kind of want to get... let me rephrase that. In order to get the right quote-unquote timing is as soon as you hear the very end of the 5H sound clip, as soon as that little wish, when it starts fading out, that's when you jump in an S. So that's a tip I have, if that makes sense. I'm probably just blurting out non-useful things, but that's what I had trouble with, and hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier for you guys to get down. But yeah, it's probably going to be the only video I make for the month, unless I learn something else and I decide it's worthy enough to share with you guys. But yeah, hopefully this isn't my worst video I've ever made. I have very low hopes for this one. But yeah, hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one.